Adventure Quest Worlds is the MMORPG that's always 3 months away from being released on Steam. At its peak, it averaged over 30,000 players. These days, you'll be lucky to see even 5,000 on a good day. According to MMOpopulation.com, it averages around 4,000 players. And while I can't say how many of those are actually bots, 4,000 is still kinda impressive for a game that's been perpetually dying for the past decade, especially after the death of Adobe Flash in 2020. I've been wanting to stream for a while now, so I thought, why not go back to my roots, AQWorlds? Twitch viewership for the game is basically non-existent, apart from Corey, who I honestly didn't even know still had the sanity to play this game. And look, with the job market being this bad, I had nothing else to lose, except maybe my sanity from the grind. I decided to pick the mage class so that I could take on multiple opponents at once. But I quickly learned the hard way that my explosion damage really wasn't exploding much. The damage low-key felt non-existent. Still, at least I could handle a bunch of monsters without needing backup. This made me reminisce about the good old early days of AQWorlds when you had to form parties, sometimes through begging in order to clear bosses or even hard mini-bosses. As I was playing, I realized how much more solo-based the game had gotten. While this isn't necessarily a bad thing, because you don't have to constantly wait for people to help and you can play the game at your own pace. I can't help but feel a little sad that the early game no longer pushes you to meet new people through a bit of joint suffering. These days, it's just too easy to clear non-boss mobs on your own. At the same time, I started to wonder why I was constantly drawn to the game. Apart from the nostalgia, there should have been a reason why I kept coming back. As I was chatting with one of my viewers, it helped me to clarify my thoughts. For one, I've always loved the customization in AQWorlds. Back when I was reading a ton of manga, I really appreciated being able to design my own 2D character. It really made me feel like I was the main character of my own adventure. There are tons of cosmetic options, although let's be honest, some of them are just the same item, reskin 20 different times. And yeah, probably 3/4 of the cosmetics are locked behind membership, adventure coins, or some kind of mind-numbing grind. But even so, having so many options makes it feel like the customizations are endless. I also enjoy the humor of the writers. Sure, the puns can get a little repetitive, but every now and then, they sneak in a joke that actually gets a chuckle out of me. And I really appreciate that. On the other hand, the quests can get really repetitive, but for some reason, I still find myself running through them anyway. What I wasn't expecting though was just how bad the client still is. If too many people show up in the same instance with flashy cosmetics and fancy pets equipped, the graphics basically implode, which I'll admit is kinda hilarious, but still, bro, fix the client. Some minor bugs are still present, like when you click on the runestones too fast and it eats up more than 3 Hydra teeth. Yeah, that one was pretty tilting. As I was progressing through the game, I was honestly surprised by the speed I was going at. Back in the day, it would have taken me a couple of hours just to beat the first boss, Escarion. This time, I breezed through the prologue and the first chaos lord in about an hour and a half, mostly thanks to the army of people AFK farming Escarion. So I basically just had to spam my abilities before he instantly died. Overall, the game is still pretty fun for me. When I was a kid, I only had this old HP desktop that my mom would let me play the game on. And in typical Asian mom fashion, she wasn't letting me play any longer than an hour or at all if I got bad grades. So whenever she went out to buy groceries, I'd sneakily turn on the PC just to squeeze in maybe 30 minutes of AQWorlds. And honestly, those moments were peak childhood. Sitting there spamming Bruno Mars and Black Eyed Peas songs, watching PewDiePie in another tab, all while grinding in AQWorlds. Time as a kid felt endless, even if it really wasn't. Maybe that's why I keep coming back, trying to chase that high again. I think this is my 4th time replaying the game, hence the name Verelix IV, also my favorite League character. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And hey, if you are free, feel free to drop by the live stream on Twitch or YouTube as I keep playing through. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.